Well, a very good morning to you. We continue with this conversation now. In this part of this morning show, let's talk about how you feel. Well, it is very important that in as much as we go through our day-to-day lives, it's important for you to note how you feel about yourself is going to play a key role in how successful you are in what you do, in your career, in your relationships, and in anything about you. Low self-esteem can play a key role. Look at this image here. When all that's in your head is that I am not enough, how does it affect your performance at work, at school, in your business, as a parent? Does it affect you? On Family Check, well, this morning, let's handle this particular conversation. It's important for me to note a quote here, and this quote is goes by the saying, it's not what you are that is holding you back. It is what you think you are not. It's not what you are that is holding you back. It's what you think you are not. Let's talk about low self-esteem, ladies and gentlemen. And in this particular conversation, right here on Family Check, I am joined by none other than Pastor Blessing Pearl. She is a counselor, a pastor, a motivational speaker, and the CEO and founder of Star.
With Pearl.
With Pearl. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
And I hope that you've woken up well today, Pastor.
Yes, I am.
You're well?
I thank God.
Well, even as we talk about this particular conversation, we invite you to be part of it. The hashtag, as always, is Good Morning Kenya at Aguko. And at KBC Channel 1, Overcoming Self-Esteem is the conversation. Tell us your thoughts right here on Family Check. My name is Aguko. Thank you so much for sticking with KBC Channel 1. Let's start this conversation. First of all, Pastor, at times we lack confidence in ourselves.
Yes.
And there are those times that we do not feel good about ourselves.
Yeah.
From the get-go, what are those causes from where you sit? Those things that cause low self-esteem? Before we get into the nitty-gritties.
Yeah. What causes low esteem is surely is just lack of confidence. And what causes people to lack confidence is like they are bringing how you have been brought up. Sometimes you are doubtful of everything. You don't believe in yourself. It's like an identity crisis. You find, as you have said, who you are and who are supposed to be. There's a crisis because of maybe things that you have gone through, how people have handled you, and made you to lack confidence of who you are, and you cannot be able to understand. So you find you are fearful. You submit in there's false submission. Yes. You are submitting, but inside you're not submitting. You're just trying to lie because you're trying to achieve something which you don't understand. And
sometimes you can even lie to yourself that you are what exactly you're not.
You know, a man is a lot of God, and it's what God meant you to become. But now, when you come here, if you are not given the platform to become who you are, you get at the crisis because of the people that take care of you. Usually parents, teachers, nannies, and those people are very important in a child's growth. Yes.
Now, quickly, overcoming low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Overcoming it. This is a challenge many people have. I have seen this, and it's important for us to note, low self-esteem doesn't affect children only.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that true?
Yeah.
It affects adults, even those who are old enough to have children.
Yes.
Those who are parents.
Let me tell you where it starts. It starts very far.
Where?
You know, when let's say you have 3 boys and you are believing God for a girl, then you find that after scan you find you have a girl. Then you start, in your heart, you say no. No, okay, you wanted another girl maybe. Now you find it's a boy again. Then in your heart you say no. The subconscious commands the conscious. This child will be rejected even at birth because you rejected him. You rejected him at that level. You see? So however you try to accept, they will fight to become because they were rejected. And this will grow. Now, if maybe that child was accepted and comes in the hands of negative people, what you say to a child is like a sponge. you absorb everything that you say. Anything that I was told when I was small, even you can still remember. And sometimes, even if you have done good things, that one will always crush you down.
Have you been told things when you were a child?
Yes. Let me take me my own personal case.
Yeah.
When I was in class 2, class 3, we had an house help. And she found me on the mirror. And she said, wow. Kiswahili sasa. Sura mbaya kama wewe pia unajiangalianga kwa kioo. It's like, even you.
What?
Do you qualify to look at yourself in a mirror the way you are ugly? So that thing sunk in me, and I believed I was ugly.
The house help told you that?
Yeah, yes.
Asked you?
Yeah, at that tender age. I believed I was ugly. I don't qualify to look at myself in a mirror until I got married. Then you realize, hey, this house has no mirror. What's happening?
You just realize there's no mirror in the house.
Yeah, then I said, I don't use mirror. I was told I'm ugly.
How are you preparing yourself?
I believed I was. And I tell you, let us be facts, let's be true at this age even. Am I really ugly?
No, you're not. No, you're not.
So immediately he said that thing left me. And I got confidence that I'm beautiful. And even now, give me a mirror here, I can use it. So you can imagine, at that tender age, me, I can remember how it happened, how it ended, and where I am now. Now, I'm confident.
So how did you gain that confidence?
When he said you are beautiful, it left me. I believed.
Your husband told you you're beautiful, and
he had said I was beautiful before you are getting married. He realized there's no mirror. Then he says, no, you are beautiful.
Thank God for your husband.
So it left me. And I became confident. I can address anybody in the world. But I could not.
Pastor Pearl, when we talk about thoughts, sometimes we think negative things about ourselves. Some of us tell ourselves, hey, I'm so stupid.
Yeah.
I am ugly. I don't look good without makeup. I don't look okay when I put on this particular color or this type of dress. Yes. There are some thoughts that we have of ourselves.
Yeah.
And when we think about them, they define who we are.
Yes.
How can you control your thoughts? Because I believe it's part of overcoming low self-esteem.
You know, a man is a spirit. You have a soul and you live in the body.
Yes.
This is my house where I live, but I'm a spirit. Okay. So my soul is which is connected to my thoughts, my heart, my emotions. So your thoughts is like a field. Let's say you can even say, I'll lock myself in the house this week. I don't want to go out.
Yes.
But your mind is in the world because you can't shut the mind. It will hear, it will collect, it will do everything. So it is about what you hear. That's why you are told, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So how do you bring the abundance of the heart? What you hear, your ears are highway to your heart. You know, we see with our hearts. That's how you see. Yes. The thought, the heart, and the heart, they are connected. So when what you see comes to your heart, what you hear comes to your heart. Even when you go where you take your feet, the Bible says, guard your heart. And also, blessed is the man who goes not in the counsel of the ungodly, those places. Because when you go there, you also deposit in your heart. Then out of that abundance now, the heart, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. And that's when we see, hear you. When you find someone who was angry and they said something and they are saying, I didn't mean it, I was just angry. What they say when they're angry is what they mean. What is in their heart? So it is about your thoughts. You have to control them, to feed them with the right things. Yeah. Because what you feed is what you give out. You would feed is negative. So if you are surrounded by people who are negative and speak negative things, you will also start speaking negative.
Wow.
Yeah. So the house helps. Let people hear this. House help is very key. Especially nowadays, parents are very busy. Most of the time, it is the teacher and the house help. I usually hold meetings in schools, and I ask teachers also to give me parents also to speak to, because if you talk to the children but you never talk to the parents, you will never know what is happening. Because sometimes there's a child who has never been given platform to speak in their family.
Yes.
When she comes to you, close to you, Daddy, Go talk to your mother.
This morning, let's talk to our parents also.
Yeah.
They need to hear this.
Yeah.
What they say about the children matters. Yes. It counts for something. And the kind of nanny they have in the house also counts for something.
Yes, it counts. And also the parents, they are not speaking positive to their children. And you find a child comes to talk to you, you don't know what they are going through. Maybe a child comes and tells you, I don't want to go to that school. You don't know what, maybe they saw them in that school, and they can't tell you right away. Because no, I don't want to go back to that school.
So how do you handle, as a parent, a child who has low self-esteem? They can't project their desires, their thoughts. When you ask them what's wrong, they are always quiet, and it's a struggle knowing the mind of this child.
But you are also not giving them that platform to talk. You're asking when you are harsh. Just try to give let's a dialogue. What do you think? Give me your views. You will find that child is very bright, and they will come out to become a great person. But we never give them time to talk and also to express themselves. When you allow that child to express themselves, they will tell things that you have never known. Even what they go through their mates, they cannot tell unless you open that heart and give them that room.
Wow.
Yeah. So you need now to see your son as you, as a man like you. Let's talk and talk. Let's sit and talk. Have time. Talk to them. Give them platform to express themselves, and they'll bring out what they are. Yes.
And what you say is what they believe in. You said that the ears are connected to the heart and to the mind.
Yes.
Now, if all I'm thinking about myself after some, let's say, failure or what I went through as a child, and I believe I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
I believe I can't do it. And one day I face a particular challenge and I fail in it, thereby proving to me that I'm not what I thought I was, thereby telling me that actually I am not good enough. How do you find
Can you just imagine someone just told me you are beautiful? Yes. And I had believed for all those years I was ugly, and it left me. So imagine if your child, you always tell your child you are stupid, you call them a dog, they start behaving. Let me tell you, what are instruments of creation? What you say you create, and what will be left in the airspace and you will die. Unakaa kama baba yako, tabia zako kama anaanza kubehave kitu kama hicho. Unaona? You see. So if you speak positive to that child, they receive positivity. They bring out positivity. And
in some of our African families, when the child is performing well,
they belong to the father.
They belong to the mother. When the child is performing poorly,
they belong to the mother.
They belong to the mother.
Yes. And that's very wrong.
Does that particular statement affect self-esteem of children?
It affects. Most of the people who have low esteem, they failed Form 4 exam. And if they failed a Form 4 exam, there was room for repeating. There's room for colleges. But you just struck them with a word that caused them, they don't see where else to go. And they lost their esteem. Not unless they meet someone else who will cause them to have high esteem on their life. You see? Or else, even they get into a marriage. As I was saying with someone, let's say men, you must find someone very senior in the government. He has bodyguards, everybody around them. They will rise from the cars and come, but immediately in the evening they live in the hands of the wife. And he walks in the house. Then the wife maybe tells him, "You're the most stupid man I've ever seen." However great you make him out there, what the wife says here is very important. Because she's the person who is very close to her.
The wife says, "Look at how your fellow mates are achieving this. Look at how your mates are doing this. You're not good, you're not doing anything."
Oh no, in a man there's a king and there's a child. The child wants to play, the king wants to rule.
Every man has a king and a child
inside them. Yeah. And a woman has a girl and a queen. So you have to give him that room to rule in his palace, which is his home.
Right.
And if he lacks that, however great that person is, will never achieve their destiny. Because what? A man is like a fish in the water. Take it out, it dies. A man lacks respect, he's gone. Give him respect, he becomes who he's supposed to be.
Ladies and gentlemen watching us from home and also here in studio, I see people are so attentive here. Are you struggling with self-esteem? Have you ever struggled with self-esteem? How did you manage to overcome it? How did you manage to bring up your confidence? If you've managed to go through it and it has actually turned out well, Talk to me. If you're struggling with your self-esteem and you doubt yourself, this conversation is for you. Let's talk about how to be kind with yourself. Yeah.
You are the main person. Me, I usually say, and after I was told that, I usually say that I am the best in town. I don't want anybody else to come and tell me I'm good. I look good, I don't look good to you. It's not important to me. Yeah. So it should start with me. For me to build my confidence, I have to see myself as the best. So ask me, how are you? I'll tell you I'm the best in town. I'm trying to put down anybody who is putting me down.
Do I need someone to tell me that I'm beautiful for me to know that I am? Do I need someone to tell me that I'm good enough
Let me tell
to
you,
know that I am?
People live for others. I don't know whether you've seen a case where maybe a girl becomes pregnant. And the mother maybe is a pastor or someone God-fearing as a position in the society. They take even to abort, not because they want the child to be aborted, but they are protecting their name. You live for others and you destroy your child's destiny. Because giving birth, becoming pregnant is not the end of life. She can even give birth to a king, maybe. You never know. Take that child, take care of the child, let her go back to school, and build her confidence, because it has happened, but still your daughter or your son.
Yeah.
But because we want to live for others, you want people to say you are good. You are expecting them to say something good about you. If they don't say it, you don't see it. So if you wait for them to confirm how you are, you will go down. But you will stand strong and confess, as you have said, words are instruments of creation. Create good out of your life. And people will say it also.
There's some of us who I know have gone through some processes in their childhood stages where they were not, commended for doing something good. And throughout that whole period, they went through that time doubting that they are good enough. Now they're not kind to themselves. They are trying to seek approval. We've seen them even at work.
Yeah.
We have those colleagues who they always try to prove to their bosses that they're good enough.
Because someone told them they're not good. They're trying to push it. Yeah. You have to work it out. If you went through what I went through, you continue pushing for it. You know what you went through. But others have never known where their problem is. And if you have never known that crisis, as you said, everybody's an idea of God. God created you for a purpose. And for you to achieve this, you have to realize your purpose. How do you realize it? You must work towards knowing it. But now if people put you down and you accept it, you will never raise your head. And you never become where you're supposed to be. And that's what, there's no difference between low esteem and emotional intelligence. Let's say for emotional intelligence, there's IQ and EQ. IQ is that capacity to be able to do great things, like intelligence in school and all that. But emotional is when you are able to control your emotions and emotions of others around you. And if you cannot be able to do that, you will fail. You will lose connections, because when you are started to anger, you blow. And you close doors. Yes.
Wow. IQ, EQ. For those who don't know, just Google IQ is intelligent quotient, EQ is emotional quotient. Find out about those details.
Yes.
And find out how can I build my IQ and EQ.
Yes.
I'm looking at how we interact with people.
Yeah.
You mentioned it earlier on that it plays a key role.
Yeah.
How can I make sure that I cut off? Sometimes you need to cut off people who bring you down, so that I can bring myself up and boost my confidence. Let
me tell you, anybody who is negative towards you is your enemy of your destiny. Because words are creating. When they speak negative, they build that negative in you. Toxic. So you have to say no. You say no. Then you try to bring, you surround yourself with people who believe in you. If you are negative towards me, I should shut you out, because your life is like your phone. Yeah? You can say, I won't pick this call, and this one I'll pick. So this is your life. Yeah, you shut it. If you are negative towards me, I shut you out. Yeah. But doesn't matter who you are.
But you are also trying to avoid to burn bridges at the same time.
No, you don't do it so much open, like you shut totally. You shut in. So that person can be around you, work together, but there are places you can't go together.
So interact with them.
Interact with them,
work with them.
With wisdom. Yeah, it's not like, I cannot say people should not talk to each other, but you identify who to bring close to you. They are called your inner counsel. Who is your inner counsel? Everybody has a counsel. Yeah, your inner counsel should be people who are positive towards you, who can build you and make you better. But there are those also, let me tell you a very good example. As I told you, my name is Penina, which means Pearl. And my program is Start with Pearl. I took this from Penina from the Bible. People see a Penina of the Bible as an enemy to Han. But no.
Hannah.
No, she was not an enemy. She was the destiny helper. Why?
I love that.
Anne did not have a child. And the husband will tell her, why should you cry? I'm more than 10 sons to you. So it's like she was supposed to lay in the bosom of the husband and just relax. But God wanted to use her to bring Samuel, to bring the voice of God. So God used Penina to stir up to her tears and to her knees to get the baby. Can you see? So some of them, my God, best so. Not all of them are bad.
So I love how you're looking at that particular scripture. So you're saying that even when you see somebody as an enemy,
yeah,
they're actually pushing you towards becoming the best version of yourself.
Everything has a weakness and a strength. So in everything, just try to take an angle. Study your life. That's why we should have meet times. You lock yourself in and you study yourself. Let's sit down and talk about ourselves. Where are we? Who is this and what is he doing? Yes. And what is positive about this person and what is negative? We take the negative, we delete the negative and take the positive about that person.
You're saying have your me time. Yeah. Write it down. Write the positive things about yourself.
Yeah.
Write the negative things about yourself. Write things you like about yourself. Things that you're good at.
Yeah. Then you take a time to study. Yeah, and of course involve God in it.
Wow. And you will overcome your low self-esteem.
Of course you'll be confident.
Pastor, I'm looking at this kind of tendency of not knowing when to say no.
That is the most important thing. I'm telling you.
When somebody has low self-esteem, they say yes to everything. They say yes to everything, because you don't want to disappoint people. You don't want to be the reason why somebody is angry or mad at you. You're always saying yes. How can I learn to say no?
Let me tell you, until you learn to say no, you have not started living. If something needs to be said no, say no, regardless of who is around and what they think about you. That's why you have to see yourself as the first person. As we said, your life is your palace. So you know what to say, bring in, and what to say no to this. So if you have low esteem, you will welcome everything because you want to please people, and which is wrong. So you have to build your confidence so that you can be walk high. You see those people who walk with their heads low because of low esteem. Exactly. So you raise your head, you say no what to say no, say yes to what is supposed to be yes.
You don't have to always go to those parties just because they've invited you.
Let me tell you, not every invitation is worth going. Say no.
That again.
Yes. Not because they have cooked, you have to go and eat.
You don't have
That's what our president said the other day. They are going to go and eat and have a lot of photos. And you still have a wife to cook for yourself. So you should know. Let me tell you, I usually say every meeting I go should give me value. When you call me for a meeting and we are going to a party, we are going to eat, what am I getting out of it? Me, I'm value-based. I don't just walk in because people are going. I must have value. Yeah. If I don't find value, I'll give an excuse, and of course I'll be gentle.
Sometimes be busy even when you're not.
But see, if it is of it, okay, it's not basically be value for me only. I also maybe a blessing to someone there. But if it is purely not giving me any value, adding value to no one, for me, I will not go.
But the point is that you don't need to attend every function.
Yes.
Just because you've been invited.
No, it's not a must. That means you have a problem. You should be busy also. You have things to do. Not every call you pick, and not everything. It means something is wrong.
Is it okay? Allow me to deviate a bit concerning this particular. Still relevant. We are talking about being invited, attending every function.
Yeah.
It means there's a problem. So is it a cause of concern when I see somebody, always someone is every weekend, they're always at a party? You know that every Friday, my brother here, Mogaka, he will always be at a party, just as an example.
For example, yeah. Or you have to travel home. But what are you going to do? Just give an example. There are those who have to travel every weekend home. Let me tell you, for example, there are people who find that maybe your father was maybe a veteran. And he said, I have to see my children on every Christmas day. Now you are married, you have a family. And then your children, your wife wants you to take them to Malindi.
Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, because now the Bible says a man shall leave his mother and father, not the woman. Just a reminder.
The woman is coming.
Automatically she comes. Yes. But you leave your father and your mother. And you find that some people have been married, but they are taken control by their father and their mother. You have never known you have a family. So your wife lives like a house help in her own house. She needs to have a confidence and know that I have my own, this is my husband, this is our family. We plan our things, but your mother wants to control. It will make you lose confidence. So you need to rise as a man and take your position. The Bible says a man shall leave his father and mother. I don't want to accept that. Read again. So you left your father and your mother, and you cleaved to your wife. So she came.
You don't need to go there every time.
I don't say you don't go, but don't be controlled. It will make you not have confidence of your family.
What about going to clubs every weekend?
I don't know. Okay, clubbing is something that comes into people's lives, and maybe it's something that started. Someone said that their father was a drunkard, and he had two sons. One decided to be drinking like their father said, I will never drink like him. You see? So what makes you go to drink? Is it money you have a lot? Because you can still buy cement with that money you are going to drink. You don't have a vision. Yeah. That's why you shall say, write down your vision, write your goals, and speak them every day. If you have a plan to do something this month or next month, yes, and you must go to club, it means you don't have purpose, you don't have a value. You just like wake up this evening, it is in the morning, Friday is clubbing.
Pastor, how can I avoid comparing myself to others?
Yeah,
it is still in that journey of building self-esteem. Even maybe you find your wife wants you to match another family and be like them, and you also want to become better than someone or be like them. Yes. Let me tell you, just live your life, because that's living a lie. Live within your means. You see, this is what you can afford. So if you want to be like someone who has more money than you will overspend to achieve. Is that true? Yes. And that's wrong. Live within your means, what you can achieve, and also have goals. Where do you find money to drink every weekend? And of course, beer is not too bob. How much is that? As a packet of cement is 700 shillings. Just live within your means. Don't compare yourself with others. Pastor Pearl, I would like us to bring that conversation to a close. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
It's all about overcoming self-esteem. I hope that you're blessed. If someone wants to get a hold of you...
Let me tell them about myself.
Yeah, how can I get a hold of you if somebody wants to?
Okay, so you say that my name is Pastor Pearl Blessing. Yeah. I am the director of Star with Pearl. And I do motivation, I do mentorship, and I'm available on call. But my office is at Embassy House, opposite DP's office. Yeah, that's where I sit.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
It's a blessing.
I'm a narrator.
Overcoming low self-esteem, ladies and gentlemen, with the Pastor Pearl Blessing, counselor, pastor, motivational speaker. It's a pleasure, and I hope that you've learned something. My name is Aguko. It is on that note that we bring this conversation to an end. I hope that from today you will walk with your head raised high, because your self-esteem is boosted. May God bless you. God bless the work of your hands. This is Good Morning Kenya. Stick around to KBC Channel 1, because we still have more of our programming coming up next. News Check right here on KBC Channel 1. Have a blessed morning.